Hey, how's it going, Jim? Yeah, it's just damn hot. Well, you got to check three different sources to find out exactly what the temperature and humidity is. They've blown that all out of kilter. Everything's the extreme. It's the end of the world. It's global warming. We're all going to die. How did they ever do it? But so after seeing the little fun game they had last night, well, Plugs decided he's not done with the game. He wants to go on and debate again. Oh, it's like Bongino says, man. Elections are snapshots and sound bites. And the worst one was when they were side by side and Plugs is sitting there. Uh, yeah, well, by then, the blood that they transfused him with and whatever cocktail they gave him before he went on. Yep, because you could see that little blood vein right here. It was both. They're at to see it after they got him back into the dressing room. Had all them people in there. And she's like, "Good boy, Joe. He answered all the questions." Yelled it together. But today, did you see any of that when he did there in Virginia? Yeah, he's starting to get a little tired, slowed down a little bit, but yeah, yeah, and nothing, not done anything about any of it. It happens. Still got it wrong. Who knows, brother? Who knows? No, no, he's doing good. He's I trust him much more so than Joe on anything. Jeez, did you see what Charlie Kirk and Jack Pasovic drew in on the X? 12.5 million. Bongino, the Rumble crashed, remember? And he was up like 260 some odd thousand live. Yeah, that kind of adds up. There weren't very many people following along with the mainstream other than CNN, but that was a given just because. I made the mistake of hooking up on that one that who was it, the Wire, Daily Wire or whatever. Yeah, and they kept breaking in with those stupid razor blade commercials. No, I want the old style razor blades. I might need to use them for something else. No, I'm not going to tell you what I would use them for. Yeah. But well, I do something more philanthropic. I sharpen my crayons with them. Exactly. My niece or something. Dude, I can't help it. I got to do this because it popped up on my feed. I can't be the only one to see it. Look at the one in the middle. It's like somebody posted up a picture of a island shaped like a dick. But other than that, I'm trying to catch up with this shit. Oh, we did have some good news coming out of the Supreme Court today. Chevron deference, basically, where there's no law explicitly stating what it's supposed to be, the agency that's over it can make up the rules as they go. The Supreme Court said no. And you know what? That's like almost all of the January Sixers, Steve Bannon, President Trump. Hey, EPA, FDA, gun rights, and hell, maybe even food too. Well, it's not that they didn't let them have so much control, they just let it go to see what would happen. You know, it never ends well. What was that meme I saw? Everybody should be forced to watch sci fi. Oh, yeah, pretty much at this point. Let's see if I can pull up that one story I was reading. Gotta love robotics. They're moving right along with that. You know, at least with that, you can bring an off switch. You know? But they don't know what's going to happen with AI. They're just going to let it run amok. Yeah, exactly. That's why people they need to get the great minds together and come up with some kind of Gordian knot for it to fuck with, because that will keep it, focused on trying to figure this out. The plug should have listened. Oh, Joy Behar and the View told him he needs to step down. Say no, no, leave him in, please. Yeah, and the saddest thing, this is the same playbook that has been used over and over again for the last 250 years. You know, you had France, you had Russia, you had Venezuela. Hell, name a country in South America that's not had that. You know, Italy, Portugal. Portugal had the longest until Oh, I guess they had to hand it over to China. China's the longest, or Cuba. Cuba. You got to give it to be able to make such a nice find to jump across that waterway there and still make it. And another one out of the Supreme Court. They allow bans on homeless people sleeping outside. Well, usually they bring in bulldozers and all that good stuff. I wonder if they'll be testing those robot dogs, like we saw they had the fire flamethrower on it. Yeah, that'd be cool. What? Well, they've got to get those FEMA camps built up. So got to start somewhere. Cheap labor. Yeah, he said it. I'm waiting to see how soon they start acting on the January Sixers. Yep, they haven't said a damn thing about it. Yep. Who knows, man? Who fucking knows? But the only difference is they wouldn't be being wrapped up and thrown in jail because they're Antifa. It was because of the laws they broke. That's, yeah, when you break the law, you have to pay the consequences. What is it they keep saying? Nobody's above the law. I was surprised they let plugs wait so long in the debate to call him a convicted felon. Yep. No, as far as that goes, I would have brought up Tara Reid. Cocaine in the White House. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Ah, dude. That's just fucking freaky as hell, man. Live human skin. Yeah, see, this again, I'm paying people to make sci-fi required reading. No, just no. I don't know about that, man. Back in the 80s, they were promising they were going to be able to take a culture of skin and make it like in sheets, and they would be used for like burn patients and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know about creepy robot faces. Because you go along and think about if they mix that with those masks that like the CIA and them use. Oh, imagine. I know I keep seeing on Instagram there's this articulated skull and it fits just right and moves with your bottom jaw like it's supposed to. That's pretty cool. One of Justice Conant Barrett's four clerks tied to NewsGuard, key parts of Biden censorship complex, Murthy decision conflict of interest. That kind of changes one of their rulings, you would think, but let's see, because I got no faith in none of them. And like our buddy Dan Bongino tells us, they're just tools. They're either good or they're bad. When it's a bad tool, you usually give it away or stick somebody with it. I like this one. Christians Against Trumpism co-founder arrested for soliciting sex from a 15-year-old boy. In the picture, he's standing with one of the founders of the log cabin Republicans. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's fucking nuts. Just going through the formalities, running them through the court. Well, sometimes it's fun to leave them in the general population, you know. Yeah, I like that. Oh, even the New York Slimes editorial board says Biden should leave the presidential race. Hey, Barry was supposed to be having a confab with him earlier today. Like, look, Barry, you had your chance when you was walking him off the stage that one night and you didn't do it. Well, oh, Zelensky now wants to end the war, possibly within 2 months. Yeah, but NATO ain't going to let him do it. Well, they've got all sorts of shit set up to make it look like Trump's doing wrong. Hell, they're wanting to actually pass a bill before he gets in there to keep him from being able to call out the National Guard in an emergency. Stop him from being able to shut off an act of war, sending troops over somewhere. All just the regular president jobs. Why not? He keeps winning every time they think they get him. White House abandons cheap fake claim. Admit he's not as smooth as he used to be. I don't think the rest of the country's that hip on Newsom like they think. Shit. You've got what's her face Whitmer and some weirdo out of Massachusetts. You got Kathy Hochul. Stacey Abrams. Wasn't she the king of the world or something on Star Trek? Well, so much for that one. Another one down the tubes. Yeah, but do you actually think they're that stupid to try? He's like fucking Justin Trudeau on steroids. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's J.B. Pritzker up in Illinois. Yeah, but Mazie Hirono would raise the DEI. I don't see how them people in Hawaii keep voting for that woman. Mazie Hirono. Well, that one's paid for. Her husband's in banking out there, and they got all sorts of heads up on deals having to do with him being able to make all sorts of money. But they don't want to talk about that. Now, hell, out there in San Francisco, I saw they're going after the owner of a business because they got robbed. Well, good thing he didn't do nothing to protect it. Going up for murder, whether there was a murder or not. Ooh, even China's purging defense ministers. Well, the Communist Party is. That one I still don't get. You've got the Communist Party over here at this side of the table, and you got Xi Jinping over here. And most of the power is here with the CCP. See, SCOTUS, not cruel and unusual punishment to clear homeless encampments. Bring out the water hoses. Let's go. And put one of them creepy faces on it. Yeah, they're let's see, you're encroaching on the what were those called? And that Project 2030 where they get everybody off uh, out of the country and into the cities, and they only have little pathways that you can use. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, how many of those cities that are full up with that large amount of homeless people? You know, how many buildings have they got that they can, hey, sweat equity? That's your hey, you want a place to live? We'll help you do it. We'll give you materials and shit. Just be good. Yep. But hell, what do we know? Yeah, imagine. Huh. Yeah, you're gonna keep it up a little bit better when you do that. But it's going to be a culture shock when everything goes back to bare nothing. You're not get when you get a job, you don't get insurance. Maybe if you've been here long enough, we might discuss a way into it because they're collapsing all that Medicare, Social Security, health system. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Yeah. No. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a pinch on a bus ticket out. But something's got to give. Uh, no, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Think of what that does to Biden because he stood up there last night, and that's what the subject they were talking about. And he comes up with what? Sisters raping sisters might need an abortion. What? Who? Yeah, they always wanted to push it as uh, safe, necessary. What else? And tell you that it's a right. I'm sorry if I break my leg. Is it my right to get the hospital to fix it? I'm sorry. That's what they want to push it like. A lot of the same people who've been blathering nonstop about threats to democracy are trying to force the candidate who won the DNC primary out and replaced without a vote by the people. Weird. Funny how that works. Well, it's just the way they bastardized it. So, here you go. Well, that's the word, people. But then for them to give up the presidency so easily and make it look like it was a fair election and Trump gets in, why would they do that? What kind of plan have they got? Because they try to think long term. That's what the problem is. Everybody said, well, they're fascists. No, no, no. These people are communists through and through. They are Maoist style communists. And there's a lot of people conflate that with the Russian communism. And they are different. And I would rather, if we get invaded, please be Russian, because I know what the Chinese do. Yeah. Saw they're still apparently sending balloon garbage over to South Korea. Well, it's going to be a fun summer. Got 4th of July next weekend. Wonder what kind of explosions we'll have. Because I still haven't said anything about that ammonium nitrate that went missing. It's better than the story of it fell out a little at a time along the railroad tracks. Boy, then Border Patrol were real quick to tell them that, hey, we don't back Joe Biden, nor shall we. Yep. It would work. But not give up. Yep. I just don't get it. Goldman Sachs raises gold price target to 2,700 from 2,300. Wow. Oh, I've heard them talk about $3,000 an ounce. As they're saying, silver's a good performer right now. Yeah, but after we spend all these years vaping and shit, you know what will probably be one of the best things to have? Tobacco. Right? Yeah. Poor Trump. He just can't even get people to show up at anything he does anymore. People today, 37 people. You know, people don't realize that doesn't happen. I cannot remember a time that I've been voting that I've seen something like this. Even before I was voting, RFK, when he was running, when he got killed, the only reason they were showing up in those great big numbers is because they thought they could see the train that his body was in going across country. We love you, Bobby. This is big. I don't see how people's eyes couldn't be completely opened last night with all the things coming out about what they've been doing to us medically, mentally, physically. Oh, no, I didn't. I guess we better get then.